But yeah, that's a real fear, that a lot of people face.
But I wanna talk about you earlier you mentioned how you got creative because you brought entrepreneurship with your career in the field. How did you decide we're gonna create diabetes digital? And how was that process to say, "This is an issue," which we've already talked about with the numbers being higher for people like us, "And we need to do something about it. We're gonna do it this way."
Yeah. So, something that I saw a lot working in clinical settings, especially with diabetes care, is that it was very prescriptive and it was very prescriptive and restrictive. So, it would be
Mm,
like, here's a list of what you need to do, and you're on your way. This is everything you need to cut out, and you're on your way. And I was working primarily with immigrants. I was primarily working with Mexicans, Central Americans, and child, don't even get me started on the tortillas, because it was like these doctors, like the people that I was working with, they just felt like so much was being stripped from them with
totally.
their foods. And because the doctors were telling them, you can't eat tortilla anymore, you can't have rice
The
anymore.
staples.
The staples, yes, and they would just come feeling so defeated, and by the time that they would come to me, it's like they thought that I was pretty much gonna tell them the same thing, and they wouldn't wanna meet with a dietitian. But yeah, that's a real fear, that a lot of people face. It's like whether it's the pan or the arroz or the yuca or, whatever, like whatever foods you really enjoy, because that's real. That's something that doctors will tell you over and over again. And honestly, some dietitians too. They are, they're not necessarily practicing from a patient centered approach, from a
Mm.
culturally inclusive approach. So, that's something that is very real for people, and I completely, get that, but that's why we're trying to change the narrative of what a dietitian does, because it's like, "Oh, I'm meeting with the diet police," is like I think the
Yes.
idea that has been that has developed when it comes to dietitians, and that's not the case at all. We're completely trying to, like, just move away from that, and it's like, we just wanna support you in feeling better and achieving whatever goals you wanna achieve.